Hey, we are now live. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning. We are so sorry. We are a few minutes late. We had some technical issues. We wanted to make sure everything is in order. But we're going to have a very exciting show today. Very exciting show. You are off camera. Yeah. Your Eminence, you are off camera. I cannot see you.
Wow. Sorry. Can you see?
Yes, I can. You need to adjust your. Can you see? You see your camera? Okay, there you go. Very good, very good, very good. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we are so sorry. We are starting a little late. Your camera is opposite. Please, can you adjust again? Yes. That's okay. Leave it that way. I know you are using a phone, so it can be challenging.
I can't see. No, I can't see myself.
Oh, really? Okay. I can see you clearly. I can see you very clearly.
All right, and now I can.
Oh,
Let's try again like this.
yes, this is perfect.
No.
This is perfect. This is perfect. Again, if you are joining us, this is the Peaceful Permanent Solution Show, and we're going to have a very exciting show. We're very sorry that we are a little late, but let's get it moving. Let's get it moving, huh? Let's get it moving. I'm going to start here. So, hello, family. Welcome back to the Peaceful Permanent Solution Show, the most exciting show about everything Ambazonia in the land of Ambazonia, in Ambaland. If you watched part 1 with His Eminence Bishop Dr. Abongwa Chang, then you already know we touched something powerful. We talked about unity, and today we are going even deeper. This morning we are going even deeper. See, my people, a divided house can't stand, right? Even in the Bible says a house that is divided against itself cannot stand, right? We've seen it again and again. Passion everywhere, but power scattered. The truth is, no revolution ever succeeded with a broken front. Unity doesn't mean we all think the same way. It means we move in the same way, in one direction, with one heartbeat, for one purpose. Because we finally stand together, truly together, our voices become like thunder, right? Our actions become unshakable and our destiny becomes unstoppable. So today, let's talk about it. Let's feel it. Let's understand the power of a united front. Because, my dear brothers and sisters, my dear Ambalanders, is where our peace, our permanent peace, truly begins. Your Eminence, you are welcome to the PPS show.
Thank you, Rena Guikajum. And to every other listener out there, it's going to be a wonderful one today.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's jump right into it. 30 day today. 30 day. My dear brothers and sisters, we know what's happening on the other side of the Mongo, right? I heard that somebody who is in charge of Cotonspor of Gariwa, right? They say it was Cotonspor of Gariwa against Real Madrid, right? So the president for Cotonspor of Gariwa, he talks say Iggy Real Madrid 48 hours ultimatum. So I don't know, Your Eminence, if you have any comment on that and any other thing you want to comment on La Republique happening, please, you have the floor.
Yes, I really, as first of all, a servant of the people and an ambassador of the kingdom of heaven, knowing that we pray that his will be done on earth as it is in heaven, the Republic of Cameroon is not exempted in the Lord's Prayer. And so what is happening there is still of concern. Like you said, the Minister of Interior, in his unpredictable outings, made an analogy of the Cotton Sport and Real Madrid, intending to pronounce the victory or the winner before the match began. Surprisingly, it is it is kind of understood that Cotton Sport did the unimaginable over Real Madrid. How is that of concern? That is of great concern right now, because a lot is happening. You know, we talk about our sovereignty doctrine because what you may now call Real Madrid is actually French Cameroon. And what you call Cotton Sport could in a way be referring to British Cameroon, but if it comes from the Centenaire, from the north, we know Garoua, popularly known for the export. The cotton is boiling, is giving the real heartbeat of the nation. No longer Yaoundé that breathes and everything is okay. But as we speak, Republic of Cameroon has, from every indication, two presidents, one legitimate president and one legal president. You can now say, what does this mean? The legal president is the one that has been pronounced and proclaimed or declared president by the Constitutional Council. And the legitimate president is the one that has enjoyed the votes of the ballot box as of the tallies from each polling station. How is this a concern to us? If the Republic of Ambazonia has been talking about its sovereignty, the one that has actually touched or attacked or suppressed, aggressed or annexed this sovereignty is the Republic of Cameroon, a French colony with which British Cameroon, that's the Republic of Cameroon, now Ambazonia, entered in a confederation that did not mature, okay, for various reasons. So we are praying that no life is lost in the Republic of Cameroon. We are praying that justice is not buried, but even if truth is buried, that it will resurrect, just like Jesus, who said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. He was buried, but 3 days later, he resurrected as he prophesied, and others disbelieved. So things are going to change, whether the Republic of Cameroon likes it or not. There is one thing that is permanent, and that thing is called change. That is a bit I can say about that. And the Republic of Cameroon has sovereignty, and the Republic of Cameroon, Republic of Ambazonia has sovereignty. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
Hello.
Wonderful. If you are joining us, this is the Peaceful Permanent Solution Show, and today our topic is the power of a united front. And Your Eminence, when he spoke so eloquently, he talked about the only constant is change. The only constant is change. And that Cameroon, La République du Cameroon, has sovereignty, so do we in Ambazonia. When Atanganji says Cameroon and BIA and the CBDM crime syndicate, they say Cameroon is one and indivisible. La République du Cameroon is one and indivisible. So is Ambazonia. Ambazonia is also one and indivisible, right? After all, we got our independence on 2 separate dates, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. So I was just wanting to get your comment on the fact that the 48-hour ultimatum came and passed, and we didn't see a whole lot, right? We thought that something big was going to happen, like something like what the Americans call shock and awe, right? When the Americans went to fight in Iraq, there was a day they call it shock and awe. It looks as if Issa Chiroma Bakari's followers might be a little disappointed at this point about shock and awe. Here is an even more important question, right? Ma ask them for pigeon. Now, why Ambazonians them? They don't leave their own football, right? Whether Nakumbo Strikers against Manfield United, or they don't leave their own football, right? They watch na match for the other side. Now, what it don't happen where we don't be so discouraged with we own revolution, we own recognition quest, where we don't forget, we don't give up, we own birthright, right? If you doubt, mama me and papa them, if you been a mami waiting for Kikaikelaki, I do always talk about my favorite mami for Kikaikelaki, for the village for Kadina to me. If you been a mami for Kikaikelaki, where you did sell what you would call and say Mindondo, like Miondo for corner road with pear, right? You be so discouraged about this revolution. You don't turn the vote now for the even if you don't vote, you still wish to meet Chiroma Bakari become president for the other side. That means say even that article where they call an UN Charter Article 76B, where I be talking for the last show. I don't know your eminence whether you be Siam, what you will be mentioning for the last show. I be read the thing word for word. I know being a lawyer, me man no call me, I know be lawyer, right? I know being His Royal Highness from Goji Dinka, eminent lawyer. We own eminent lawyer, we own brother. Where you know book fine.
Understood.
Yes, it we say Article 76 B. Now the whole ball game that. So the question I say, now what it don't happen? When my mommy for Kikaikelaki, you don't forget about this thing, start the watch na match for the other side. Now what it don't happen?
You know, everyone has got interest. And I do not think they have actually forgotten. And no check say they forget. The truth will be there, my dear, wonderful compatriot, Marcel Jerv. Ibina say, while people are fighting for the liberation of our enslaved people, others are fighting for their stomach, for their belly, like Afu Akom sang. You remember? And when they shall see our victory, when Mami Fofokakalaiki, when my landlord them for Tashem, them, and the talk say we day one, it be say we picking them there, where they don't be locked up for inside the Republic of Cameroon prison them. So anything where we people then they where they don't militarize, we land. Republic of Cameroon government don't militarize, we land. Militarize, say they don't put forces. And we don't talk say because we want a peaceful permanent solution, me they demilitarize, we land move begin the talk. So that we will come to a solution in peace. Because that militarization is signal a war. Say they don't choose a war option. So plenty of people, they don't run. They want the way they did now, refugees in Nigeria, in Ghana, in like, you know, displaced people them for inside the Republic of Cameroon, Douala, Yaoundé, and other places, they're plenty. And so that one is concerned with. When Issa Chiroma Bakari, they talk for a campaign, say that peaceful dialogue where they ask and people that they deny, if they vote ye, He go like for make me order with people where they be detained, me they be released, and he go like say me they sit down for table talk, whether not the federation where we bring British Cameroon together and French Cameroon together, he go agree me they talk am. That is why people look up to see what will happen there. That is point one. Point number two, if the ultimatum that has been given has expired today, midday, it doesn't mean automatically that they should be bombing, fighting, killing, and bloodshedding. No. It means that if the people who are calling for peace, for a peaceful resolution of the post-election violence, arbitrary arrests and detentions, dealt with, they throw more light on this. As far as British Cameroons or Southern Cameroons or Ambazonia is concerned, the call to respect the 1961 Confederation was advocated, was, pleaded, proposed to the ruling government in peaceful terms, in peaceful civil disobedience. They banned our gatherings where we could talk about our future and the kind of future we're going to hand out to AAC1, All Anglophone Movement Conference 1, All Anglophone Conference 2, the first in Buea, the second in Bamenda. There was something that is called the zero option. The zero option was that if there was an outright rejection of a return and a respect of a federal constitution, the sovereign people of British Cameroons, Ambas Base, and the hinterlands, which is summed up in the coronation Ambazonia by His Royal Majesty Fongoji Dinka, will activate their sovereignty and their independence. That is what a 48-hour ultimatum issued by Issa Bakari and his Coalition for Change, because I don't think he did that unilaterally. That is what it means. It means that if they take any action now, they will be justified by the space of time presented a peace option. Unconfirmed sources say a number of military have been arrested in the north and Ngandere Ogarwa, unconfirmed, for fear that what people were gunshots, internal war, civil war will just occur. Let's now, we watch with keen interest, but we deplore, just like the United Nations, every post-election violence, post-election arrests and detentions. Any arrest, detentions related to those should be released. And every other political prisoner, starting from the Naira 10, the International Human Rights Token, the United Nations working groups, and, of the people that were abducted according to international law, these people who had sought refuge in Nigeria could not have been taken from there. Nigeria shouldn't have let them go. So these people are supposed to be released, some having been sentenced to life imprisonment. Pa Mfongala Mfo, lawyer, and the rest of them, and Digintasan and Sisiku Ayuk Tabe, Julius, the rest, they have to be released, sent back to Nigeria, and paid damages so that their refugee status there will allow them to identify with whichever country, because there is something in the international universal Declaration of Human Rights that is called the right to nationality. And you heard them deny, even Abdul Karim denied that they do not have a Republic of Cameroon nationality and choose any other. And so if they have refused and choose another, then the Republic of Cameroon doesn't have the judicial or the competence of jurisdiction to try, sentence, and jail this. They have to be released. I think I hold it there for now. Let's move on.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. I am so happy that you made us remember our brother, Prince Afuakom, and that his song to describe what is going on in La Republic. I think the song goes, why some are fighting for the future of tomorrow. Some are fighting for their belly, oola, 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 la, 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 la. All right. So thank you so much for reminding us of that. So that is what is happening. Exactly. So it is, some people call it belletics, right? Belle politics, belletitions. So that's what we have over there. So that's what has caused this problem. That's and right. Then you also mentioned the zero option of the AAC. And you mentioned that basically in the zero option, if it doesn't work, if the confederation doesn't work, then it's automatically we have to fight for our independence. So, all right, so let's move on now to other things. Now talk about our own Amber Revolution. So in the Amber Revolution, right, who has the monopoly? Yes. Who has the monopoly or entitlement of our recognition quest? Who has monopoly over it?
Very, very intentional question. Thank you for the question. You know, there are different liberation movements, groups, or, you know, governments. Each claims entitlement. I am sorry that my host has been tagged by one of the leading figures in our liberation struggle as a JJC, Johnny Just Come. That is no other person, because I don't mince words. And to call some people think that if you gossip people and make people to infer without calling their names, then you are clean. That is wrong. Have things said with evidence. Dr. Akwanga Ebenezer and Dr. Ayaba Cho are the two, you know, famous and elderly liberationists of our restoration quest, who called Sisiku Ayuk Julius Tabe as a Johnny Just Come because of position. By so doing, they claimed, you know, entitlement in the liberation struggle. When this young and vibrant Ambazonian hosting me today came into play to contribute his own quarter for our freedom, unlike other youths are going after bread and sardine and after a political party, Comrade Jav Maxwell says he himself has been called a Johnny Just Come. If I am right, you may want to throw more light on that. But to go ahead, I will say that it is the collective. It is the collective restoration quest or liberation movements put together that have entitlement, no liberation struggle, whether the armed, movement that has an armed wing or the one that focuses only on diplomacy or the one that focuses only on humanitarian. None of these can claim, authority. Let me now answer your question, except you have reserved that question. You want to know about sovereignty? It is not my invention. The issue of sovereignty started in 1648. 1648. It is referred to as the Westphalia Treaty. Okay? The Westphalia Treaty in 1648 had things to tell us. You want us to delve into that right away or much later?
Okay. If you want to talk about it briefly, that would be great. But before you get to that, let me just clear one thing you mentioned about the whole JJ thing there. So as a matter of fact, personally, I take it as, some would take it differently, but I take it as a badge of honor. Because to tell you the truth, I am one of those people who has never tried to claim credit where I don't even deserve it. I'm one of the people who came to this thing very late. The people who are close to me know this, I'm very honest. I say that, hey, we are those people who, when the Southern Cameroon people were fighting this thing I used to hear about it in our neighborhoods, right? There was a certain Pa in our neighborhood. They call him Pa Tadios. He's dead now. He was a diehard. He always talk about it. While growing up, we used to look at them like these are some aliens, right? We look at them and go and laugh behind. So we were not following. We didn't know. We never read it to know what they are even talking about. Because those who were for it were actually diehard. I mean, like diehard. They don't play. They distribute a lot of material that they will write and all those things like that. But tell you the truth, I was never part of it. So I'm saying so because in our revolution today, sometimes some people feel like in order to gain relevance, right, they need to say, I was in this thing so long and then trying to put down another person. I don't have a problem with people knowing more than me or being ahead of me or leading. I would just give them credit and stay in. So that's the reason why I've taken the JJC, the Johnny Just Come, as my badge of honor, actually. So somebody has to be ahead of others, right? So the ones who are ahead, I doff my hat off to them. Just like in my last show, I gave a lot of credit to His Royal Highness Fongoji Dinka and the work he did. A lot of credit to him, which is due. And gentlemen, as you all know, Fongoji Dinka is still alive. Can you imagine? That man is still alive today. Isn't that a blessing? How many of us these days can live that long? So it's a wonderful thing. So for me, just to put that thing to rest, I don't take any offense in it. I'm fine. I'm actually going to take that as my nickname for my show. you will see in the next show more about that. So let's get into more other things. Yes, let me ask other questions as you're answering, then you are wrapping and going. So who is going to give us, there's a talk about referendum, right? Some people, they talk, might talk for pigeons. Some people, they talk, say, if people don't want to give with that Article 76, because if you read Article 76B, right, anybody, when you read them honestly, you going to say, no discussion, no day, right? If trusteeship be, as well with big lawyer, Papa Goji Dinka talk, say, trusteeship be even expire, Britain stay for Southern Cameroon illegally. Trusteeship be don't expire. They be give for leave safe. So plebiscite illegal. Everything for the mago business where they be play now. All right, me will take and say the mago business be happen. The next thing now wait, now referendum, right? So people them, like we brother, Comrade Edwin Ngang and others them, they don't call them who will get exclusive referendum, right? That means say, just like we'll be coming through plebiscite, me will come out through referendum. So the question then where I would ask my guest, now say, now who go give with the referendum? Now who go willingly wake up one morning and then call when I say, Kiririn give one for Ambazonia, and then call say, now on a referendum this come take. Go ahead.
Yeah. A good question. You're doing a great job. And I like my listeners that as you listening, you could do well to share. because some of the things that are coming out to you now and today are things that will help you situate you in this liberation quest, and also help you to assert your rights without fear of anything. You know, like I said, when we talk from the position of strength, we are fearless, we are confident. But when we talk from doubt, when we talk from ignorance, we do not know, and we may unconsciously sell our birthrights. So now, I have dedicated time not only to research as the leader of Africa Freedom Advocacy, advocating for Africa as a whole, because in 1884, the Europeans came and partitioned Africa. That, Berlin Conference, to do any of the things they did. You will want now to ask, how did we live before the Berlin Conference? Was there no air of sovereignty? How did we rule ourselves? Now, let me fast forward to an international instrument. In 1933, the Montevideo Convention established a criteria, what you would use to indicate statehood. I will tell 4 of them to you, listening to me. If you have those 4, that is exactly what is called statehood or sovereignty. 1, a defined territory. 2, a permanent population. 3, a government. And 4, a capacity to enter relations with other states. Okay, so that is what is referred to as statehood. And the people who walked out of Nigeria advocated and had this within them as a birthright, refused to sell it for party politics position. I have mentioned this, and one thing I want to bring today to congratulate those who did this commendable walkout of that parliament is that we had 13 who represent the 13 states of Ambazonia, the 13 Southern or British Cameroonians who walked out of that place had 13 ministerial positions in the government of Nigeria. I can go naming if time allows, but their 13 ministerial portfolios, they abandoned all those and came and formed their own government. So we had that territory, we had that permanent population, which we can now verbalize. We have over 8 million as our population. That's the Republic of Ambazonia. We have, I mentioned the government. So when you see people going mad and saying, we don't want this issue of government, we don't want this issue of government, it is a people who are not advocating for statehood. You see, they want revolution. We want a revolutionary council, we want a revolutionary this, and they do not know the difference between the two. 1, a revolution is out to overthrow a government, while a liberation movement is out to liberate people so that they can live independently, which means that is wanting their independence. So there are many people who are fighting with the cover of revolution. Meanwhile, their real intention is liberation. is independence, not an overthrow of a regime or what you call regime change. So we continue to educate, to empower our people, because the right is with the people, the sovereignty is with the people who are sitting on their terrain. We, British Cameroon Ambazonians, cannot claim our sovereignty if we allow only the palace of Fon Goji Dinka to make up the Republic of Ambazonia. We cannot disconnect your territory in Kaikalaiki. It is because you have sovereignty, your family has sovereignty, your crown has sovereignty over that land, and nobody can encroach and take that particular land. You have your dimension. That is your territory. I have my territory. We come together and have that territory, then we have a permanent population that makes a tribe, makes a clan, a village, you know, and makes up a state. Then we bring, my dad is a founder, is a founding father of what you call Nkwen, formerly called Bafren. Yet, if you think that we are today a sovereign people, and you are fighting for regime change, well, the regime has to do everything to suppress you, or pick one of your influential persons and give him a position in the regime that you want to change. And then use him. They use Fonka Shang Lawrence, they use others, and then a vibrant somebody came up and spoke. Honorable Wilbur Joseph. He spoke in the lion's den and pointed the whole parliament to our sovereignty. He said the people who were saying that West Cameroon should go their way and East Cameroon should go its way, those people were right. How many people have boldly said like that? I think in the bottom of his heart, he expected the whole SDF parliamentarians and other opposition parties in parliament to rise up that very day and support him. What did that end him? Exile. Today, many people fear to talk. When you deny the idea of government, I will continue to say that Fongoji, Dinka, Fongum saw the need for the government and made that government and was the first head of state in the 1980s, in 1985, you know. So let us move on. And I have mentioned the history of that issue of sovereignty.
So we can go on to the next question,
I will talk
please.
about the challenges.
Round up now so we can move on to the next question.
All right. I will say that there are contemporary challenges to sovereignty. That is the economic independence. People can give you a political independence. And if you accept it and you don't accept for economic independence, they will continue to exploit your subsoils and give you crumbs. So economic independence, we must have that under our control because it has eroded our control. And each day we cry and talk about notions. The people don't talk about anything. They just go to our subsoils and they exploit. They go to our high seas and they exploit and share. So why are we impoverishing our own people with ghost towns, with lockdowns, you know, while the resources are being cutted away by the aggressor? It is not for me to come and show to another Ambazonian how brilliant I am or how informed I am on the issues of law and international law and so on. It is
if you don't mind, hello,
the people have their political and economic independence. Let me allow you ask your questions, please.
Your Eminence, if you don't mind, I just want to emphasize the point you have made there because of the fact that the use of force and all the things associated with it are taking up a lot of oxygen in our revolution, and that, in your view, you are very clear that the lockdowns and all those things, that they are not really working. Did I get that correct with you? Is that what you meant?
I say they have created the international awareness that they were intended to create. But who suffers the more? Our people suffer the more.
Okay.
Than the people we want to punish. I don't mince words on this.
Correct. Okay, so what are you advocating? Are you advocating that we continue doing that, or are you advocating that, because that's a very important thing out there. It's black and white. So what are you advocating?
I am advocating for a united front, an all-inclusive Ambazonia. I don't want to catch the nonsense that we want some major stakeholders. Who gave you the position of major stakeholder and gave the other people the position of minor stakeholder? Are you trying to tell us that you are more Ambazonian than others?
Very important point.
Where do you have the guts to say that this one is a Johnny just come? If you are wanting for people to identify with our cause, and I endorse the peaceful permanent solution, and somebody endorses it today, should you silence that person and say, oh, we endorsed it since 2018, and since you have come today and endorsed it today, you should not speak? No, this is very wrong. And we have to cry out. Our labors are not going to go in vain because we are allowing these divisions, allowing some people to entitle themselves. And they think that if you show that you have these forces, if you show that you did this and that, then you are a major stakeholder. How will another person ascend to that position if you continue to remain a major stakeholder? They'll come and suppress you and say, oh, you're fighting for position. Why don't you show successful leadership by letting others that you have led all the years? That is why I say categorically that His Excellency President Paul Biya has failed, and his ruling party CPDM have failed, because leading a country for 43 years as president, you should be able to show your leadership qualities by having a successor. A ruling party for 43 years in government should be able to present another presidential candidate, not the same person. So not only has President Paul Biya failed in that his governance, his own party, CPDM, which is former CNU, just changed, have also failed in that. And the opposition have failed unless the opposition unites and bring the coalition that has created a new Cameroon perspective now. The United Ambazonian Front is what I am advocating. Let everybody come on board. Those that did not feel like identifying with any liberation movement, they still have a right to be called major stakeholders if they endorse the peaceful permanent solution. The dynamic alliance to implement this peaceful permanent solution, which has been championed by His Eminence Cardinal Archbishop Dr. Nshaku Michael, Senior Comrade Edwin Engang, and Comrade Vince of HAMEC, and SCNC, BBC, Mancho, BBC, Covent Revolution, and SCAPO of Professor Dr. Ngwang Gumne. And then, and you have the list going on, are not claiming entitlement. They're saying that come and have your say, come and lead us. Give us your leadership qualities, capabilities for us to put for the, the liberation, the recognition of our sovereignty, which has already been recognized. That is why we were able as a state to sign an international treaty with another state. That other state is called French Cameroon or East Cameroon. If we did not have that sovereignty, that would not have been signed. This is where some people say we are looking for, we are fighting for. Please come, you know it better than we do. Come and be on this platform. Take the flagship and lead for us under a united front. Stop the division. If you feel like dissolving your group, dissolve it. If you feel like keeping your group, keep it. But when we present as a united front, I should not claim, originality or creatorship. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You said a lot of good things there. Just a quick recap of the thing. You mentioned the 1933 Montevideo Convention, which talked about 4 things: territory, population, government, capacity, the relationship with other to make and capacity, that is a relationship to create treaties with other states. I think that's what you're trying to refer to. So all right, let's move on now because of time. Which is easier in the PPS? What is easier in the peaceful permanent solution? Maybe 5 minutes or so. You can just knock that really quickly so that we try as much as possible to wrap up.
Of the two, the easier one is your independence, is outright independence. That depends on this united front that we are looking. The people who are gunning for, a revolutionary council cannot make good use of the international instruments we already have. They are locked up in one route. That one route is only to overthrow the government and impose your own government. But a liberation movement perspective invokes, activates the instruments of territoriality, territory, which I've mentioned in the Montevideo Convention. I've mentioned the issue of the creation of states and the recognition of sovereignty as of the Westphalian Treaty. And then if we choose that, we will keep going with that, no looking back, and it is independence. There's no division of it. Nobody is going to come and buy you. That is easier. The second one is the referendum because it has conditions. Somebody has to accept. Your aggressor has to accept that you should come. And they will now protract by putting a time to decide which questions. The peace plan or the permanent peaceful solution in the Republic of Ambazonia proposes 2 binary choice questions, but that is not yet a guarantee that those 2 will be accepted. The party that is supposed to accept this referendum has to agree with that one or change the sentence or add it to 3 or 4. That makes it a little more difficult than the option for outright recognition of the sovereignty that we already had and that we have died for. Thank you.
Well said there. It's very, very clear. You mentioned independence as being the easiest thing, which ties in with what? I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned you in the monologue or when. Article 76B.
Yes.
If you, Mami and Papa, they might talk for pidgin. If you don't hear anything while they talk, if you don't hear anything when man don't talk today, just go read Article 76B. All the big talk where would he talk so? Big book talk. Just take them. If you don't know how to read book, take them for some man where if you read book, say, my Pekin, I bet, read it in for we. That big governor for New York, he be talk say wait for the Article 76B where would he hear all the time. So they be talk say wait. Because it is very clear, it be very clear, it be what we call for English, say unequivocal. It no the bend. It no be subject to over-analyzing and over-interpretation. It be talk say, just like Your Eminence, they talk here, me they prepare we for self-government or independence. It not talk say, me will go get referendum. It not talk play BC. It be very clear. So Your Eminence, just for a round up, just for emphasize the thing with the talk, the first thing, the independence, the second one, I will talk, na referendum, where referendum go be decided by what? The CBDM crime syndicate for Yaoundé, where, as we know, they no want anything for do with this thing. They no want touch up. And me, now my own opinion, I no believe Issa Chiroma one bit, because Comrade Derek for Oslo, we talk for last show, last show will be here, I hear fine. Cameroon never get independence. Cameroon is not an independent country. So if Cameroon never get independence, how I would trust person where you not even be independence? If you ask me, for my own opinion, wait till a republic for the fight and now so. The real war for the fight and the independence war. Because they never ever be independence. Now, for my own opinion, again, when I remember, not take my word for it. I've been a who? JJC, right? Johnny just come. So you know no plenty. So now my own that. All right, I don't talk. Me, I continue with Nagdi to continue. So the next question I say for deal with PPS. Now, which one be logical, Your Eminence? Now, which one it be logical? And it maybe might just throw another question for them. Now, which is the missing? Which is logical and what is missing for deal with revolution? To get the floor, go ahead.
Yes, the missing link. Now, the right education. The right education. People are ready. If you know how much money people put in when this zero option it will be activated, you will know that people were very, very willing. Many did not understand. And I am not going to, by talking today, condemn those who acted in ignorance, and I will not also condone the theft, mismanagement, and misappropriation of funds that were meant for the liberation of our sovereignty, of our sovereign nation. People have exploited it for personal gains. People have intentionally allowed for fractions so that they can go on and not be held accountable. Transparency and accountability is also lacking. So 3 things. 1, the right education. 2, transparency. And 3, accountability. Then the 4th is the authority, the united front that can hold any leader or any movement that uses the name of Ambazonia or uses our sovereignty to raise funds, to be able to account for those funds, how they are judicially used for the purpose for which they were contributed. These are the things that are lacking, and this is why we are calling people to endorse our permanent peaceful solution and see that outright independence doesn't mean that you should condemn the Republic of Cameroon and send them to hell, because we will still have to live with them forever as our neighbors. And we know that we have already intermarried, and we are not going to break those relationships because or kill them because we are looking for our independence. You may have a reason not to trust Issa Chiroma for now, but I think that if people made him the people's choice, you have a reason to recognize the confidence of the people on him, not his personal failures or shortcomings. Because if I speak here in the name of Gatti...
If we can round up now, we just have 7 minutes and we'll round up the show. Continue.
7 minutes.
Yes, just a round up now, and then we'll one or two more questions, and then you can give your final word.
Okay. So I think I've cleared those. You can recap those 4 main points. If they have answered correctly, that our mother back there in the village will hear. My mother,
absolutely.
Our land. There are people who have not yet identified either with the liberation or with revolution. They are neutral. They want to go back. If we implement the 4 and they see an undivided people with a selfless interest, and then they decide to repose their confidence on any of the people, because none of us are perfect, then we will rally behind such an individual. But if people have a premeditated agenda and they want to force it on others, we will deny it, we will vomit it, and we will come out of an unholy union or treaty. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Your Eminence. Again, if you dey watch, na Peaceful Permanent Solution show this. We guest for honor today na Your Eminence, Dr. Abongwa Chang, where they join we from Latin America. So now we on Desmond Tutu this. Now we on Desmond Tutu this for the Ambazonian Revolution. If we talked it in last time, I just remind people. When I remember, say for South Africa, we get Desmond Tutu with people be respected all over the world. So now we on Desmond Tutu this way they talk. It we say wait. It we say plenty. There's zero option be there after that ASC, and that zero option plenty money become. They be put plenty money for that thing, right? Wait till we see and now for the situation now money don't dry up now, and then they talk say wait. Reasons the day when money dry up. Why? All we for year me will look the camera. Nobody we all know that thing will be call and say my trip to Boya. Now what will be happen with the money? Now the things that we don't discourage people, right? Because we know say Ambazonians they all over the place where they do fine, they get money, they get businesses, they do well. But how come we not be able to use that money for liberate ourselves? How we own Your Eminence they talk. So it also 4 things a day where they be missing. It also education. That means that the knowledge, right? People they don't know. If you don't know, say you be free. Think about them. If you don't even know, say you be free, some person need for put you for chain. You don't need chain, right? You don't already change your mind. Now the biggest place that we chain get for go, right? So even if you can't take off the chain, say you don't go any place, right? And you talk about transparency. Right. We know transparency. When people they take money, they go contribute and they say they don't take money for my trip to Boya. You want years say they don't invest them for Bitcoin. You want years say they don't buy a house for here. You want years now the transparency that you know whether they take the money, they actually go do things where they talk say they do. Accountability. When person so my dear brother Comrade Adrian be talk something say for the way revolution say you don't observe something they understand. Long time before we government them. When some man be do something, no man be see something, right? Or let's say they for some position, right? They even accuse and say don't give money. Or people they don't like it. You know what you go do? He go take a nice pen and paper, he go submit resignation, say he don't now that he don't go in. Say if now so he did, just for protect your name and your honor, he resign you from the position. My country people, una look me for the camera. Now, which time you don't ever hear some Ambazonian, whether he call himself the president number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, or a leader, you don't hear some man where he don't do something wrong. So he comes so can't talk to my people. When I know something, my own don't correct. I know do fine. This thing they so he pass me. Or just for the fact that people they get a blowback, they say, no, you don't do something wrong. We will give you so and so money, say me do so and so thing. You know do them. Because of that, because of the fact that we not get confidence for me. No need no day for me. So now what it don't happen? Some of we would the work at the claim say, would the talk say we get Anglo-Saxon tradition, we be better than we Francophone brothers and this and that. I know, I understand what you were the camp, but sometimes I wonder whether we even be safe that Anglo-Saxon way would they talk so. We be sure so. I know even be sure. We sure say we be English people so. Because we not even act like them. If we really want to talk so then that accountability for day. That means if something go wrong, like that means if revolution they go so, you bring something, the worker, you go you yourself, now you go come. We no man no force you, now you yourself go come for broad daylight and talk say my people. My intentions then, they be tell me one thing. The reality what is here. Now another one. I be very sorry. Una forgive me. Make I go take when they talk say man pass you, you carry it back. Make some other person can try, make a carry it back. My country people, my people for Ambazonia, me I be the first person for carry back. If you know some person wait for the revolution, where if you say where, I beg call me. I go carry that money back. Fine. I no get problem with them. I no get problem. I no define no position. I tell when I say I go tell una my own small journey just come story. Sometime go come where I go tell una, but no be today. So, but now my attitude that for the revolution. Now for support any person where he want liberate with people. Now all that All right. And then another thing we talk now, a united front. When are the topic for this show. If we not be united, a house divided against itself cannot stand. No, now only Abraham Lincoln talk that thing. Plenty people don't talk that thing before he. A house will be divided against itself cannot stand. We get for be united, for be able to liberate with self. No be na a choice. If we know, even if we don't get 100% unity, if we get 90%, we don't get a little bit of that semblance for unity. Make a code one again. I been a Johnny just come. So if I dey talk history for here, so man talk say he no correct. Me correct me. I go take correction anytime. I been a student. For we provide where they be go for Enugu for that Eastern Region house for there. That house for there, right? Where they will be that time for National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, right? NCNC for Nandi Azikiwe. Okay, they be go there so right. We feel talk say all them where they be there so. They be talk with one, they be agree on everything. Probably not. I'm not sure say the division between Ende and Foncha is stand now when they come for Boya. No, I be sure say inside the house for Nigeria, they be don't already start divide for there, right? But guess what? When it become time, where Ende they don't talk say, me will leave, we come be them for Nigeria, report for Boya, start with own government for there, right? Any man be object? No man, no object, right? No man, not to say, no, I don't agree that one. I get to go start my own interim government, though. I get to go start my own Federal Republic of Ambazonia. Oh, no, I get to go start my own group. Oh. If they be doing so, we not see the consequences. What if it happen? If they be doing so. This history will the quote them now very proudly so. Where they talk say, we've been at the first people them where they be actually do real democracy, right? Even around that time for Nkrumah get independent right, and Ghana, 1957, right? Around that time, correct me my figures if they be wrong. Around that time, we don't already be in a point where we do election, they hand over power for another person peacefully. No man, no die. No man, no person, no even march for street self. Imagine if it be because of waiting. Because we be decide for talk as one voice, we put with differences and our ministerial position. Like we eminence for here, the talk. We only Desmond Tutu. It talks say waiting. We get 13 ministerial position for Yaoundé. That means we get 13 ministerial position for Yaoundé. I challenge you. Go look the new appointment the way they do now for La République du Cameroun. You sure say we get 13 for that. Even if na 13 for day, na minister they will call him for Banso, say minister of Waikashu, minister of nothing, no portfolio, no day. In no day, they no be minister d'etat. Because for Cameroon, if you don't be minister d'etat, you are as good as a toilet paper. You know the count. Na minister d'etat, the count for Cameroon. So for Nigeria, we get that kind of capacity for minister d'etat them, but we leave them. You see them? We leave them. We come for Boya. Now the unity that way they talk. So I no one go too long. May I give now a last question and then if we wrap up. Why are we afraid? Or let me. This is an even better question. The individualistic group or group mentality. How is it helping or how is it hindering the unity in the Amazonian recognition quest? Or the Amazonian liberation, your term of liberation. Why, how this groupism, right? Individualism. Tell we, your eminence, like a man of God, tell we. Now disease, now what did happen we? Now wait the groupism. Every day some man go start your own group, say he be president for day. Sometimes it be na the government, the small sort they look na he be president, you woman, a vice president, picking and militant. Now what did happen? It look like say the same thing where they criticize the other side, where they get too many political parties on we own side, we get a mirror image of too many governments and groups. So make a leave for that one. Me, you then wrap up, answer that one with your last word, and then we will close the show.
Thank you. And I want to give a special thank you to our viewers. I know you are listening and you're eager to pose the questions, but our host is doing a commendable job giving questions that have value. We're not just making a show to record that we had a show. And I can see the potentials in this young man. I will also support him wherever he goes, or in whichever door I can open to connect him and to connect some of you, because our problem is nepotism is one, greed, that greediness and false witness, and then you have that self-aggrandizement. We have hurts. Some of us have genuine hurts. I mean wounds. Because some of us have been, declared dead or pronounced dead or sent to be killed, and then we have survived. And so since you are still alive, they should not hear your voice. These things are happening. We do not want to give people the impression that a Republic of Cameroon is Satan, and then a Republic of Amazonia is God. No. We have occultists who are depending on occultic powers to govern the nation. They climb through occultic negotiations to those positions of leadership. And so even if you are an opposition and the ruling government wants to give you something, maybe you have to do some very nasty thing that is against your conscience for that position. And so once you get that position, and there are others who have not done anything nasty, there are others who have been deceived. There's so much money in this. If you buy this position for 50 million, you will get it in the next 5 years. And somebody says, if I put 50 millions in a business, I cannot get the turnover in 5 years that I'm going to get if I buy my ministerial position. So they buy those positions. And if you say anything, we are seeing something better. We are seeing a united front. They think that if they dissolve their government or if they come under that united front, their opportunity to recover the monies that they use to buy their positions in the various governments are not able to be recovered. They also see that I have sat under this government. I see how much money they are making through these little contributions, support for humanitarian, support for independent fighters or defense forces on the ground, and this is to run government. And so they go under that inspiration or influence and create their own government and do that. So others are also no-nonsense people who want a clean sheet. And they say, if they are going to suppress all the clean intentions that I have to bring out the best interests of the people for them to benefit it, then I will go and create one that if 2 or 3 of us stand and talk something, we will be able to account to whoever entrusts this thing with us. Remember, there are 2 different differences in abuse of confidence where money is concerned. One is called misappropriation of public funds. The other is called mismanagement of public funds. For example, if we give money for humanitarian, and then you have people who have been wounded, even in the war front, even families that are their fighters whose father died, left a woman, left the mother, and that money is supposed to go for that humanitarian, and you took it and bought an AK-47 or created a pumpkin. You have not embezzled the money, but you have mismanaged that money. It didn't go to the purpose for which it was released. So there are others that were crucifying. They didn't steal the monies. Others used those monies because they saw some emergencies. And they thought that they could use this money to block this particular thing, and then tomorrow they can generate other income. And this, I'm saying that any person who lost interest in supporting financially for the liberation of your people. Look at this gentleman here. Do you know how much time, if he was walking Bambi out there and put down 5 bags from a car, or remove a furniture or transport it from bags of cement, do you know how much he would have gotten now? So you will not count, you will not qualify, you will not count the sacrifice he's doing, forgetting that he does so every week. and has confided in me that if he had the means, because the burning desire for him to see the people liberated, he'll do that every day. How many of us are wanting to do that and saying, like he says, that I don't want any leadership position. I am comfortable to be a Johnny Just Come, but I will not be discouraged. So kudos, JJC alias Master Jeff, my host. And as we go to the summing up of this, don't deny a united front effort because somebody abused your confidence. And don't also claim monopoly. Don't go there and there are 50 people. We wanting a united front. And you come into that united front, you are 48 from your own group. And you are asking that, oh, they should vote, knowing that the two from the other group, if they vote the best decision, they'll still lose. Because you people will vote your group opinion because you are 48. That's why you are pressing for vote. Or even if you use the term general consensus, it means that 48 people have one opinion that they had in their government or leadership liberation structure. They are imposing it. So this Ambazonia United Front is a clean piece that has the fear of God first. If you think that I can't do anything, I will fear you because I know that you have the image of God in you. And as a man of God, if I maltreat you, if they call me the Desmond Tutu of Cameroon or of Republic of Ambazonia, like they called Desmond Tutu of South Africa, somebody say, why did you give that credit to him? Why did you? We should be able to quote and appreciate any little thing that one good person does, because they say a good turn deserves another. Those are the basis of a call for a united front, so that tomorrow, if we fail, we have failed collectively. If we succeed, we have succeeded collectively. If you deny this united approach, then when we win alone, we will claim the victory alone. That time you start saying, they are taking glory to themselves. It is because you denied the united front option. Over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Your Eminence. Again, it's been a pleasure to have Your Eminence here with us. It's a wonderful show. In the interest of time, we would like to end now. And again, our audience, thank you for watching the Peaceful Permanent Solution Show. And this is the show where we discuss everything Ambazonia. We are unapologetic Ambazonians, and we stand for independence in situ, outright, like His Royal Highness von Gotjidinka said. And again, just a reminder, please go, my people, I beg, when I go read Article 76B. 76 B. Go read that article. All right. Thank you so much, Your Eminence. Bye-bye.
Now your caller this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much.
Share caller now with you and your audience.
Thank you so much.
But let us go away on the note of a moment of silence for the Baptist pastor that was shot dead in Du, and another one is a shot on the arm. Let us mourn, maybe for his truth, maybe for anything, but they said the military just have to shoot. And they just tame you, Ambazonian fighter, and they kill you, not knowing where we are looking for the peaceful, permanent solution. If they were on the negotiation table, and if they disagreed, they could have still gone back to the house to come back the next time.
Well, thank you so much, Your Eminence. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Next time. See you next show. Bye-bye.
Peace.